Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Danielson back again. I'm here today to do a review on Irish Leather Eau de Parfum by Memo Paris. I hope everybody's doing okay out there in fragrance land and in Facebook land. But first, I want to give a shout out to a really, really good friend of mine. She's like so cool. Her name is Eve Durack. And a while back, she sent me some samples. And man, what a great little haul. I love all those fragrances. And I decided I was going to do a review on this a couple of weeks ago, but I'm glad that I didn't because my mind has changed about this and my feelings and thoughts have changed about this quite a bit. So I'm glad that I didn't do it then. I'm glad I'm doing it today. But let me tell you a little bit about this Irish Leather by Memo Paris. Memo Paris is a French niche house. It was created in 2007 by Clara Malloy and John Malloy. I believe they are husband and wife, I believe. This is a Eau de Parfum. And the perfumer is Eleanor Massenet, I believe. Let me give you the notes to this. Pink pepper, oil of clary sage, juniper berries, essence of green mate absolute, oil of fluve, iris concrete, tonka bean absolute, leather accord, oil of birch, amber accord. Now, let me tell you what I think about this. I have the dry down on this arm. And I'll tell you what the opening is like, and I'll tell you what the development is on this. And as you can see, most of this I have used in the last 2 days. I've been wearing this the last 2 days pretty much constantly. Let me tell you what I get from this. In the opening, it's really, really slightly sweet. It's very green, it's very earthy and very mossy. And there's a little touch of soft, beautiful leather in the background. But once it starts developing a little bit, more of that really soft, beautiful leather comes in. And after about 40 minutes, I start getting even more of that beautiful, soft, like slightly sweet leather. And I do start picking up on some other things too. I'm not a big fan of iris, but I do get a little bit of iris in the background. But I think a lot of that sweetness that I smell is just barely sweet, but I think it comes from that sweet vernal grass. But in the dry down, the dry down is like beautiful. You still get all that earthy, green, grassy, mossy. You still get all that, and that leather's still there, but you do start getting that tonka bean and that really, really beautiful, sweet amber. Wow, Actually, I like both. I like the opening, I like the mid, and I love the dry down. It doesn't develop a lot, and that's okay with me, but the blend of this is absolutely spot on. When I first looked at the notes before I really got to know it, I was like, I don't know. But, man, the last 2 days I fell in love with this fragrance. I really have. I don't get a lot of pink pepper. Actually, I don't get any pink pepper from this, but I do get that clary sage. I do get that herbal note and that beautiful leather and all the grass and moss and earthy notes and the tonka bean and the amber and the dry down. What a beautiful fragrance. I am so glad I waited to do this review because my thoughts and feelings have changed so much about this. Man, I love this. And another thing, one of the things I love about this is the performance on this. I know everybody has their own idea on what a perfect performing fragrance is. A lot of people like it really loud and out there. I'll tell you what the perfect performance to me in a fragrance is, to me personally. I like a fragrance to form a bubble around you to where other people close to you can smell you, but it's not going to fill up a room too much. And the perfect longevity to me is 8 to 10 hours. That's a really good longevity to me. And as a matter of fact, the night before last, I sprayed this on, and I was laying in bed before I went to sleep, and I was really concentrating and thinking about this fragrance, and I fell asleep, and I got up the next morning, and I really couldn't smell it anymore. But I had to go to the store, so I got up, put on my clothes, went to the store, and when I was leaving the store, I got to talking to this lady, and I talked to her for a little bit, and before I left, she looked at me and she was like, "What do you have on?" I was like, and it took me a second because I was like, well, I didn't put anything on that morning, and it was a new shirt, so I know I didn't have anything on my shirt, and I was like, well, it has to be this Irish leather. And I told her about it, and she was like, that smells really good. And the time period when I sprayed it on the night before to when she complimented me was about a 10-hour period. So I know this longevity is at least 10 hours because she told me what a beautiful smell she thought it was. So the performance to me on this, I don't usually do ratings, but I give this a 10 out of 10. I think it's perfect. And as far as who can wear it, it doesn't. I can't tell you who I think should and shouldn't wear this. It's whoever likes it. This does have leather in it. And another thing about this, it does have just a little bit of an animalic scent to it, but it's not a bad animalic. It's not like a raunchy or anything like that. It actually sort of complements everything else. Everything sort of complements each other, and it's just a really, really beautiful fragrance. This is the closest fragrance that I've ever had that has a leather accord or leather note in it that smells so realistic. This smells like a leather jacket. I don't wear leather anymore, but I used to a lot. I used to have a lot of leather jackets, and this smells like a really beautiful soft leather jacket, of course, with the earthy notes and the grassy notes and the amber note and the dry down. But man, this is like close to the smell of a real leather jacket to me. Really soft too, a really soft, fine, high quality leather jacket. But yeah, I'll put the description and the link on where you can get this. This is niche, Eau de Parfum. I looked online, and Lucky Scents has a 75 ml for $295, or basically it's $300 for 75 ml. So if you're interested in this, I'll put the link in the description on where you can get this at Lucky Scents. Thank you, Eve, for getting me this. I've fallen in love with this fragrance. I really have. I've decided not to get any fragrances for a while, even though I would have been tempted to a couple of times, but I just gotta use the fragrances that I have. But if I had the money and I wanted to get another fragrance, this would absolutely be one of them. Very, very good quality. The perfumer did a magnificent job on this. It's just beautiful, beautiful fragrance. But anyway, that's it for my review, and I hope y'all have a good week. And I'm doing another fragrance review tomorrow that another sample that my friend Eve Dirac in Facebook Land sent me that I haven't done yet. Stash by Sarah Jessica Parker. Yes, it is a celebrity fragrance, and guess what? This is another amazing, fantastic fragrance. So I'm doing that tomorrow. So if you want to be notified of my next upcoming reviews, just subscribe and hit that little bell down there so you can be notified of my next reviews. But anyway, I hope y'all have a good week, and I'll talk to y'all later. See ya. Bye.